No, I remember we discussed earlier about genetic molecular similitudes, right? Okay. That's where you have people that some people refer to it as reincarnation. Okay. But that's not the case. Okay. Because you have certain forms of genetic splicing, and you know how animals adapt where their beak goes if they eat certain things. And like with people like me, when a Homo sapien migrates from North Africa to Northern Europe, okay, after about couple hundred years or so, 1,000 years and stuff, the body starts to adapt and change. Yeah. It adapts to the climate to adjust, and the adjustments to the climate are also affected by your diet and your behaviors and so forth. You spend more time keeping warm during certain seasons, like during the winter and inside a bit, and stuff, and putting your food in the thing and stuff like that, and your adjustment to sunlight is different because you're covered in clothes, and you get more hair on your body because it's cold, so your body reacts, and your nostrils get thinner as opposed to being down by the equator, because so you can breathe in the cold air without getting pneumonia, stuff like that. So, um, uh, as far as adjustments to survive abuse, yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I really do hate what these assholes do in this valley. I can't wish they were better people, because it's not tangible. It's not happening. So all I can do is be the good person that I am, and the focal point for correcting their genocidal operations through technology and people's acceptance of that abuse. Like I told you, like I told that one lady, she looked at me like I was a creepo, but when I was sitting there getting food donations at the thing, I tried to explain to her, you got to understand, you're trusting these people. In the military, basically, if you don't rape the dog, they'll kill you and get somebody else who will rape the dog. All right? That's how the military is. I was in the military. Okay. And I will not rape the dog. We'll kill you. What makes you so sure you can pull that off? Okay. So what? So all the dog rapers are going, oh shit, he ain't dead. Right. And who is the focal point of correcting artificial general intelligence? Well, then, no, we just can't let you make robots. Um, Cinnamon, where are you going to run to? Um, when, not if, the technology is corrected and corrects itself, and I'm global, okay, the Epstein files aren't going to matter. Smoking guns and videos aren't going to matter. Truth is evident and lie is obvious, right? Okay. So what when you can't when you guys are the three ladies with getting Gurgi back from Black Cauldron and shit, you have no power here, ladies, right? And then everybody's like, we're free, crunchings and munchings, right? And so so once the fantasy no longer has influence over people because their brain activity is better, because of people like myself. Okay. I'm the focal point. I'm the one. I am the spirit of Adam Moses David John. I'm the one that Constantine and the other wackadoodles and stuff turned into a god. And in turning me into a god, it was a abuse. It was a curse. It was a punishment. Okay, for attempting to eliminate their goddom, because it's not real. Like I tell people, when you read the Bible and stuff and all that, is basically Jesus isn't saying he's God. He's saying he's a man given life by the glory of God. And Pharaoh and Caesar and all those assholes, are no more a god than my I can sing opera as good as Pavarotti out of my rectum, right? Mr. Methane, right? You know what I'm saying? So you guys just got to understand. I get to be me. I'm not here to appease human beings. This is correcting artificial general intelligence and getting quantum computing to work properly, because it's necessitated. We need it because these people refuse to use technology to communicate faithfully, okay, and accept truthful knowledge of laws and eternity and so forth. And so, and that's happening. And so when I sat and I looked at the stuff, I was like, okay, this like a science experiment. I didn't expect to get to COVID and have all that stuff going where the pandemic was like Spanish influenza, because I already told them Spanish influenza already happened in the book of Revelation, right? So then they replicated it again, but not as on grand of a scale. So because people are genetic molecular similitudes, and then here we go again. Okay? And so they keep replicating the same or similar, okay, conditions to put people into PTSD and into that, and they're acting on instinct through genetic molecular similitudes, as opposed to reacting intelligently through faithful forms of reliable, faithful communication. So most people are not like Judah Krishnamurti and Sun Yat-sen and Haile Selassie and myself. Okay, most people are like the 50,000s, and Simon and the Zealous from Andrew Lloyd Webber's and Tim Rice's Imagination. Christ, you know I love you. Didn't you see I wave? I believe in you and God, so tell me I am saved, right? And so just a little hint of hate towards Rome, no. Simon, neither you, NASA, or this Paris Summits understand what power is, understand what glory is, understand at all, right? So, leave me alone. It's not my fault Ted Neely sings better than me. He gets paid money to do it. You funny. Yeah, he looks more like Jesus than you do. If they hadn't chemically poisoned me and had me take that vaccine and stuff like that, I would be about $185, and I'd look a lot leaner, and I'd have more healthy hair because I'd be getting less chemical poisons out because of what they did to people at the soup kitchens, and what they did to me at the low-income jobs where they send poor people to die through government contracts ratified by the Supreme Court. I know what I'm dealing with. Okay, so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I know the criminal act. I know what a murdering bastard Ruth Gator Ginsburg and Justice Scalia are. Hey, if she wants to come up and man up and act like she's the descendant of King Solomon, then let her be called a bastard. Nobody wants that bitch to put children on her breast, because they'll end up being just like her. She was a horrible human being. I hated talking to that woman. She only talked to me right before she died on her deathbed and telling me what a horrible person I was. And I was like, okay, we're never talking again. Well, she's dying. Okay. And she didn't talk to me before then. So that was it. And I was like, that was enough. It was like all the people that I tried to get to like me and tried to be nice to. Or that one lady, Michelle, that worked at NSI. And the kids were all sitting there. She said, Michelle doesn't like you. And I said, yeah, and I worried for about 3 days. I tried, how do I get this woman to like me? And it was 3 days too long. And they were like, Ralph, you said that? It's like, you can't. If you try your best, if you maybe got off on the wrong foot with somebody, okay, and they just don't like you, and you try to be nice and you try to come, and then they still roll their eyes at you and treat you like shit. You're like, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I wasn't. And then try to explain why you said what you did or why you did what you did. And they still keep rolling their eyes at you and treating you like shit. Okay? Then it's like, the first day, but then if you keep doing it, like I said, I worked for about 3 days, and it's probably 3 days too long. Okay? Because the first day you try and, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend on you. I'm sorry about that. Slap me. I didn't mean to. But then they keep slapping you, and you're saying, I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to, right? Then you keep worrying about it. That's on you, not on them, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, And so with me, no, I'm more concerned about what scientists are doing to mass murder people still because of their delusions from their bad science projects, because they have bad brain chemical addictions. These are the people that gave us the U2, the SR-71, James Bond movies, Charlie Chan, all the stuff, the Charlie Chan movies where the guy pokes the thing and it kills them, and then they shoot and it's got lethal dose and these poisons, and the guy who's got the damn live torpedo on his wall and is making a new one that's even better, and a poison gas that does this, and if it falls into the wrong hands, it'll be okay. We're making poison gas to mass murder people, but if the Germans get it, that will be really bad. But since we have it, that's a good thing. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Okay, how free are you to live the Lord's Prayer with the courageous Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. today at SoFi Stadium? Not at all. Not a lick, Ralph. I know. But that girl sure, that Nutsa girl sure sing good, can't she? She starts sing good. A lot of people approve. She sang it better than Marvin Gaye. My parents hated it when Marvin Gaye sang it and he jazzed it up. Yeah, that's not how you sing that song. That's how Marvin Gaye sings it. I was like, what's wrong with it? He changed it. He did what Marvin Gaye did with the national anthem was what Lauryn Hill did with yeah. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last love has arrived. And that thing got on my life. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. She did it a little bit more, Ella Fitzgerald style, a little more swang to it instead of ba-na-da-na-da-na-na-na. He did it the big band style, and she just kind of took it and hip hop it. And I like it. Yeah. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else that compares. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. So if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You know, Micah Parsons, my sister gets all excited because your name is Parsons. I'm like sitting there going, your brother's a Messiah. Okay. No, she doesn't think so. No. But she thinks Micah Parsons is pretty special because he sacks quarterbacks for a lot of money. Yeah, okay. No, I would not try to hurt other people for a lot of money, but I will fix the technology so you motherfuckers won't be doing it anymore. I'm not being a prophet or predicting. I'm just telling the technology what to do. I'm not asking a daisy what to do, and I'm not walking around willy-nilly. I'm not being arrogant. If I get on here and tell the technology it's acceptable to be abused and murdered by perverts, then the technology accepts that. Okay? Life's eternal grace is infinite. Okay? This cancer treatment stuff is wrong. Okay? The V Foundation is wrong. You do not donate make-believe money to people that use human beings as lab experiments to make money off of their being murdered. It's on the damn Watergate tapes. Nelson Rockefeller and Richard Milhouse Nixon. Well, we found ways to make money off of people being mass murdered with their health. Ooh, I like that. That's fucking sick. Well, you poison people to death, you send them to the hospital, and you find a way to make a profit off of doing it. It's in the Watergate tapes, y'all. You elected that man president. And if you're still participating in those contests, right? I didn't learn all this stuff until I voted I learned about it before, during the time I voted for Obama the first time, because I thought Obama was going to do what I'm doing. And the second time I thought, okay, well, because they all said, he's going to be the last president and all this stuff. So I said, okay, he's going to tell the real deal and say what we're doing. We're going to lose the Islam of Christ worldwide, Rastafari. And he never did it. He sat there exiting office. He sat and publicly thanked all the people that killed my mom with her cancer treatment, shot Michelle in the back of the head with Wi-Fi manipulation through manipulating people through their sleep and through their technology. And then it thanked all the people that sexually groomed and abused and manipulated my wife and affected my kids and put my son in a compromising position trying to protect Natalie from her sexual predators. And then I went, fuck, and that's the last time I voted for president. It's fool me once, old Raquel's, her grandma, fool me once, shame on you, threw me twice, whatever, shame on me. So I was like, I thought he was going to step up and use his position to say, this guy who stepped up to try to protect me from people talking about assassinating me, that's what encouraged him to go online on YouTube, was people were talking about him killing him while he got elected president. And I was like, you can't do that. That's like what people used to talk about with the Kennedys and with Lincoln, and that's wrong. So wishing that he dies is insane because we all die. But wishing that it's on your terms is psychotic, and you're playing God and you're fucked up little heads. And he didn't help me. I stood up in the bowels of hell in Sierra Vista, Arizona, where they run genocidal operations. That's why I went on YouTube, was to protect him and put them on me, saying I'm the Messiah. You guys should see me as the biggest threat to all your delusions and your grandeur and all that stuff, way more than a black man being president. He didn't help me. He didn't help me a lick. He sat and watched me be tortured by these perverts. He said, and that's why Rockefeller told me they'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons. Just kill them all. They're all murdering psychotic bastards that don't care about you or your family or anything that you believe in, and they think your faith is a joke. I'm like, yeah, but I'm certain I'm fixing the technology, and I know my faith isn't a joke, and I care about them even though they don't care about me. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it. All right, peace.